nagko-control? Si Direk. Sino
The newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The Health Department is urging the public to protect themselves from the dangers of firecrackers and COVID-19 this new year. Jacob Lazaro gives us a front seat to the story.
For as long as anybody can remember, firecracker-related injuries have always been the bane of the New Year holidays.
Noong 2017, nalala ko nung nag-apply pala ako dito, ang daming madami may dugo, nagpuputol kami ng daliri, ganun.
But even in the midst of a pandemic, firecrackers are taking their toll. During last year's celebration, 13 people were injured from December 21 to December 29. This year, the number has almost doubled to 25. So aside from reminding us of COVID health protocols, the Health Department now also has to remind us of firecracker protocols. Under Executive Order 28, signed by President Duterte in 2017, firecrackers can only be used in community fireworks displays under supervision of both the PNP and the LGU.
Yung firecrackers kasi parang hindi mo magigets kung kailan siya puputok. Lalo na yung mga hindi quality na firecracker. Sinindihan, hindi pumutok, pupulutin ng bata, bilang din puputok.
Horns, whistles, and even the karaoke are being discouraged because of the danger of COVID transmission. Celebrating anything during the pandemic is very stressful, as almost everything is not allowed. So with all of these restrictions, how can we festively celebrate New Year's Eve? The DOH encourages smashing of pans, tambourines, bells, light-emitting devices, and percussion instruments such as drums. Also, pyrotechnic devices are not banned, just regulated.
That there are people with these traditions. There are these people who really love to be able to use firecrackers and pyrotechnics. As I said, proper regulation is the best.
Yeah.
Totally clamping down on an industry that actually maraming nakikinabang. Hindi yan ang solution. Regulation is the problem.
President of the Philippine Fireworks Association, Joven Ong, reminds the public to first always check if the product has a product safety seal and to make sure that the brand is trusted. Sure, firecrackers, loud noises, and gatherings are all festive, but the true essence of New Year is when that clock strikes 12, we all get a fresh start. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, we are One News.
NTF Special Advisor Dr. Ted Herbosa also reminds the public to follow health protocols in welcoming the new year. In an interview with One News, Herbosa recommended wearing double masks in high-risk areas. Symptomatic individuals should also avoid attending gatherings, and those who are partially vaccinated or not vaccinated at all should just attend through virtual means. There should also be ample space for everyone in parties, and as much as possible, these should be held outdoors. If gatherings are held indoors, Herbosa stressed the need for proper ventilation.
If you're not vaccinated, you better get vaccinated. There are relatives who are high risk. Convince them to already get vaccinated because that Omicron variant is really going to come here.
And new COVID-19 cases are now back above 1,000. The Health Department tallied over 1,600 new infections today. This is the highest in over a month. The country's total infections have hit 2,841,000, some 11,700 of which are still active. 133 patients died from the virus overnight, bringing the death toll to above 51,300. 4 of the new fatalities were from December, while the rest are backlogs. Total recoveries have climbed to 2,778,000, with over 250 new survivors logged in the past 24 hours. The positivity rate also increased to 6.6% out of nearly 31,000 tests conducted. In other news, Surigao del Norte is in dire need of generator sets and construction supplies so that they can begin the repair of houses and other establishments. Jem Avancenia with the rest of that story.
2 weeks after the onslaught of Typhoon Odette, Siargao and other parts of Surigao del Norte are still left with no power, and destroyed houses and resorts have yet to be repaired. Meanwhile, those who can afford and want to help, they travel to nearby Butuan City to buy provisions, especially generator sets. But even these are in short of supply due to a huge demand.
Sin og lansang, trapal, o sa pagod sa generator, nag-made to order pa. Napaway kaming.
Okay. So daghan nag-pre-order?
Daghan bang nag-order.
Other than generator sets, people look for construction materials such as roofs, nail, and even trapal or tents. We saw Jonathan Bacore haggling for the purchase of 30 meters of trapal, which will be donated by his company to homeless residents of Surigao.
May available nila dire, daghan ang supply sa ubang lugar.
As per last assessment, more than 30,000 houses were either totally or partially destroyed by Odette. According to the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, as of December 28, it had already restored the Placer Madrid 69 kilovolts transmission line, thus bringing back power services to the franchise areas of several electric cooperatives in the province of Surigao. But bringing back full electricity service to households might still take weeks as repairs of power lines are still ongoing. For News 5, Jem Avancania, we are One News.
Here's a quick look at today's other top stories. President Duterte has approved the 5 trillion peso budget for 2022, the last General Appropriations Act under his administration. The president also signed into law a measure establishing the Department of Migrant Workers, primarily tasked to promote the welfare of OFWs. The World Health Organization warns of a, quote, tsunami of cases brought about by the simultaneous circulation of the Delta and Omicron COVID variants. Because of this, the organization is reminding countries to share the supply of COVID-19 vaccines more equitably. And the Philippines will remain under Alert Level 2 until January 15, 2022. Acting Palace spokesman Carlo Nograles said the IATF approved the recommendation to retain all provinces, highly urbanized cities, and independent component cities under the same alert level. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.